Yeah, but Christians, like, for us, because also, like, Christians as well, we haven't done a great job of kind of like, not all, I don't want to generalize again, do you know what I mean? But some, like, I remember in town one time, I'm coming and walking down the street, and I'm with one of my boys, and then the street evangelist comes, right, and says, he didn't say hey, he didn't like care to know about who I was or who we were.
Yeah.
He just said, if you die now, where you going? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And it was like, and one of my guys goes like, heaven. He goes, yeah, but how do you know? And it was just like, it was just kind of really weird, as like, I understand why a lot of people don't really like Christians, because like sometimes there is this like judgmental. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, we're sometimes not as approachable to people.
Very true.
And
Yeah.
so it's just kind of, it comes across as like, yeah, they feel like they're better than everybody, so let's just keep poking fun at them. Do you know
hold
what I
it
mean?
in that. We're very forceful with the way we approach people as well.
Yeah. What do you lot think about street
Bro,
evangelism?
I'm not gonna, like, I don't know if this is good to say, but it irritates me the way it's done. Personally.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I just think it's very, I think
the way some of it is.
yeah, the way some of it, especially in Ireland, I feel it's ineffective.
Because I'm sure that they're touching at least somebody. Maybe it's just not for us.
Yeah,
because we know God, we know Jesus already. Like,
I think the whole idea is planting seeds. Do you get what I mean? And they are probably planting seeds. I won't say they're not at all, but for me, I feel like sometimes it's ineffective the way they go about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's the way.
Yeah, the way it's done. It's just
so right. So, because I remember I was one time I was with my ex right in town, and she had, I think she must have had like colored hair and ripped jeans, bro. One auntie, her name said, she said her name was. I doubt she's gonna be watching this because the internet is probably the devil's playground. But he said
oh, that's what they think.
yeah, Rosemary, that's what her name was. She came and he goes, I'm Rosemary, and do you know what? She started off nice. She kind of gave us that nice thing, like, how are you guys doing? I was like, oh, fine. I'm thinking maybe once, maybe, I don't know. She didn't seem like she was going to preach to us. Then she goes, so, after she got to know who we were, our names, our age, and she goes, so where are you going if you die? If Jesus was to come right now, where are you going to go? I was just like, what do I say? Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I was just listening to her. And she kept going. She kept going in. Rapture is coming now. Jesus is coming back right now. And if you don't give your life to Christ, and if you're not,
that's, you see when people preach like that.
yeah. But she went on further to go. See, you're a beautiful girl. Why do you have makeup on? Then she goes, your hair, is that the hair that God gave you? And she goes, look, and she literally looked at her everything she was wearing, and she goes like, she started pointing out everything. Ripped jeans, that's a sign of madness. To someone she met for the very first time, yeah.
That's called
then she goes,
man.
bro. Then she goes, can you bow your heads and let's pray for the prayer of salvation.
Yeah.
So we bow our heads, right? But she didn't say the prayer of salvation. She just goes, can we bow our heads to pray? So we bow our heads, and she begins to pray, and she goes, say after me, Father. I was like, okay, Father. I said, I'm a sinner. And I said, sorry.
I'm not a sinner.
I go to church.
Remember that time when one guy thought I gave my life to Christ?
Oh, yeah, he took a piss.
What happened?
Was it a white guy?
He was white.
It was on any street.
Yeah.
This guy, I think, was handing out leaflets. Then he said, are you a born again Christian? I said, no. I just wanted to know where he was going with it. But that guy was actually was nice. He wasn't forceful like the other guy.
Yeah.
But the guy thought I gave my life to Christ that day, and it was probably gas that he wanted to soul for heaven.
That's bad. What you did is bad.
How was it bad?
You faked giving your life to Christ.
Yeah, but my life is already to Christ.
You faked it.
To him.
You lied to him.
No, listen, God had the sense of humor.
Yeah, no, I feel like,
but you know, I don't. No, you know, that thing they say that give your life to Christ, the day of the Lord is near. Do you think that's a scare tactic?
Don't get me wrong. There is
what they're saying is completely right.
No, you see, they do this thing where there's a sense of urgency, and you should approach it that way. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't know when rapture is going to happen.
Right.
Do you get what I mean? So, like, don't waste another day, because another day could be too late.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So there is a sense of urgency, but I just think that it's the methodologies and it's ineffective. Do you get what I mean? Like, most people don't like to be attacked that way. It may work for some people. Do you get what I mean? But like, if you as a Christian are being told, where are you going to go when you die? And you're just like, yo, you just met me.
That's why I took this with that guy.
Or even like things like, oh, you wearing ripped jeans is a sign of madness. So you're calling me mad then?
Yeah.
You're judging me.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So, okay, why should I hear anything else you have to say?
Exactly.
If in the first 2 minutes of our conversation
you've insulted me,
you've insulted my hair color, the fact that I'm wearing makeup, and that I'm mad because I'm wearing ripped jeans.
Is that not what Jehovah witnessed? Like, they don't wear makeup, no earrings, no nothing.
I don't even know about them.
Am I wrong?
I don't know about them too much, but I agree with you. I think so many times it's been like, I think in the olden times though, I may be wrong. In the olden times, that may have been a good way to do it.
Yeah, it may have been. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But out here, it's like, do you know them people in Concern?
Yeah,
and Dogs Trust. When them man are trying to stop you on the roads, like no one wants to talk to them lot.
Someone called me one day. I'm still paying €12 to do this because I don't know how to unsubscribe for me.
Yeah,
no, my sister did it. She signed up for it because the fella told them you'd only pay €3 a month, and they upped it to 12 quid. And she calls them. She just goes, "That's not the agreement we had. Cut it off now,
fam." And apparently, like Concern, they get a percentage of it.
That's why they do it. They get
everything doesn't go to the homeless people in that place.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That's why I'd rather give to money face to face.
Apparently, it's like only 40% of your whatever you come in has to go out for you to be classed as a charity.
As a charity, yeah. So that's why, like, you see, when people are walking downtown and it's like them man are trying to stop you, although they even have a nice approach to it. Like, do you know what I mean? They say like, hey, can we? Don't know what they do that. But it's like, I know you're trying to sell something to me, so or you want my money.
Yeah.
So it's like really, so it's really like people kind of like push them away easier. Whereas with someone preaching the gospel, is rough because it's like, how do you, in a small amount of time, build something and then give them Jesus? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
You need the Holy Spirit for that. Like,
it's the Holy Spirit.
You can't just talk. Like, if you're a good talker, that's a plus.
But I think you need to do everything as well in your power.
Yeah.
You need to do everything in your power to become, like, to be accepted almost. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was reading, I remember hearing this, right? 1 Corinthians 9. I'm probably taking it out of context. But this was Paul, right? He was saying, it goes, for though I am free from all men, I've made myself a servant to all, that I might win more.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And to the Jews I become as a Jew.
Yeah.
That I might win more. Jews, to those under the law, as under the law, as that I might win more. So it's like,
I became all things to all men.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So it's like, fam, why is an Irish person going to relate to you? If you're banging in the middle of town, skirt down to your ankles, if your hair is covered, and you're telling me that my ripped jeans are a sign of madness. Why should I listen to you? Do you get what I mean?
I hear that 100%. I feel like, understand the culture you're in, understand the place that you're in. Like, that's exactly why Paul said that, like, I became all things to all men. He got to learn different cultures so he can get them into
and be able to,
right. Like, but if you come like, I don't know who you are, there's immediate disconnect. I don't want to know who you are. I don't want to know where you're from. That's immediate disconnect.
Immediate.
So now I'm trying to give you Jesus and tell you, like, if you don't take it, it's your bad. Although it's true.
A lot of times people are like, yo, if this is what your Jesus thing is about, I want none of it.
Wow.
I want none of it.
Do you feel like some people have given such a bad name to Christians that people don't even want to?
Definitely.
100%.
Like, even not that, like, people coming into the church, they see how the church, that one particular church is run. They say, nah, this is not godly.
Yeah.
And they're completely right in saying that. and they just chase a soul away from Christ. And that person, he just had a bad taste about Christianity now.
Do you know what as well though is, I feel somehow about that, just cause like you can't make a whole judgment.
I know.
Based off of one experience. I understand.
You can't blame them.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
But you definitely can't make a judgment just off one.
Like for me, it's like it's a bit weird that you will decide that this whole thing is not good
because of one bad egg.
I think that's. I wouldn't do that to any other thing in my life.
That's what happened to the Catholic Church back in the day.
But yeah,
like people were going to church, especially in Ireland. People were going to church. Then after all the dramatic saga happened.
Because with the Ireland thing, it's not
that's
one
different.
bad egg.
That's different.
It's a whole organization.
But that's different.
It's a whole
they even
organization.
Tried to cover it up and all.
Yeah. So them man were burying kids or what was it? I know the men were raping the
but
boys.
There was even like what? I can't remember it fully, but they were burying.
It's something called the laundry thing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're burying like I think kids, like newborn kids. Don't get me wrong. I feel like I don't know if I'm right on that one.
No,
right?
it's along them lines.
Yeah, man. I'm saying the Catholic Church did a madness, like a madness, bro.
That whole thing is scary, bro.
Yeah, Twam Babies is called.
Yeah, it's just a bit mad.
I can find something.
That sounds familiar. That sounds very familiar. Hold on.
Bro, yeah.
This is a whole book. I don't want a book. Just summarize it for me.
A mass grave containing the remains of babies and young children has been discovered at a former Catholic orphanage in Ireland.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was it. A mass.
Nearly 800 children died at a farm. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was Galway. I remember.
How wild is that? That people who say they love Jesus or they say that they're representatives of Jesus are killing 800 kids, fam. That's wild to me.
Catherine Corliss tracked down the death certificate for nearly 800 children. 18 she discovered died of starvation. Oh my God. My God.
Fam, the Catholic Church, they have blood on their hands, man.
Badly.
Literally.
That is
that's sick.
Right, and so you want to come to somebody and tell them like, oh, Jesus, give your life to Jesus, or you're going to go to hell.
And let's be honest, they don't even serve Jesus like that properly.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm saying not them. I'm saying anyone on the streets telling that to like someone who's dealt with the Catholic Church.
They're not hearing you.
How do they want to hear you?
They're like, get out of here. I don't want to hear any of that.
Do you know what I mean?
And you can't. I'm sorry, you can't blame them because it's a stain. It's a stain on the name.
Yeah. So exactly. So how do you think these days we should actually go about it? If someone wants to talk on the street, or should it just be more online nowadays because we're all online?
No, even we can talk face to face. Like we can relate to white people. Like we can.
Yeah, but bro, we can relate to white people that we kind of like.
But should I tell you what happens is, I think the solution is everyone should cultivate their community.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? You have contact with people. Like, not actual phone, but like as in work colleagues, people that you hang around, the lads you play football with, all these people. It's those conversations that you need to have. And not, maybe, yes, for the purpose of changing their minds and changing their hearts and all these things, but I think you making the change there will impact their own individual lives to spread in itself.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't know if street evangelism works. I don't know. Do you get what I mean?
It does. Maybe it's not as effective as other forms of evangelism, but people they've won souls on the street.
Of course.
They've won souls.
Because my thing is,
and it's not about the amount. If you can only even win one, that's still a lot.
That's true.
That's still a lot.
Because every time, how do they follow up as well?
Let's to get that number, innit?
I don't always see that happening.
Yeah.
Because what's the conversion rate from a street meeting to them actually coming to your service or?
Because I've seen it. Don't get me wrong, as Lalo said, like it's happened. Do you know, I've seen that happen before. Like people, actually give their life to Christ. I don't, and that's how they were doing it back in the Bible. I just don't know. Like, if you go to, I remember I was in London, maybe the second last time I was there, and we were in, where were we, Canary Wharf? Was that where we were, Canary Wharf?
This guy just want to say Canary Wharf. Well, yeah, that's where
No,
but that's
I wasn't trying to know.
Yeah, that's where we stayed still.
And then they were like, I think that's like a business area, right?
Yeah.
You want to see the speed that everyone's walking in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no one's stopping.
No.
Like them doors that turn.
Yeah.
But
It didn't stop, fam.
Yeah,
and I walked in, I was like, stop now.
Bro, you know the ones in the island, those like revolving doors.
So everyone's chilling.
Everyone's just chilling. Everyone, boom. In London, that thing is moving. Like that's exercise. You guess when to jump in and when to. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Those type of things there, where people walking that speed to stop and try and have like a very serious, intimate conversation.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's very tough, and so I don't know if that's now the right way to go about it. I don't know.
That's why I'm thinking as well. Because my thing is, whenever I'm personally in town, I'm not strolling in town just because I'm either
I have a
going.
mission.
Yeah.
I have something to do. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't have time to stop to and talk to you for 20 minutes. I just don't.
And that's what I'm saying, because it would require. I don't know. I don't want to limit God and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
True.
But like,
because you can catch someone. Like, the Holy Spirit can speak to you and be like,
anyone.
You know what I mean?
Anyone can. You can even be on your way to a wedding and the Holy Spirit can stop you.
To be honest, you know what I mean?
Stop you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but for me personally, I would rather as well. I don't know how much I would take online seriously as well, because I remember I was scrolling on my Instagram, the Discover page, or what's it called? Explore.
Explore page.
And I was going, and then I think I was watching a video of something completely unrelated to Christianity or whatever. The next post was like, "Hey, 5 seconds," and then just telling me like, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the video is like, "You can give your life to Jesus." I'm talking about, this is in 1 minute video, and the last few seconds he's like saying the salvation prayer. I just don't know how. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to limit again, but I just don't know how effective that is. And just someone who saw that for 1 minute actually now.
Probably. But you can't. You know God. You know you're on this God.
Yeah.
So yes, I know this. I already know all this before. So you're just waiting for it to end. But someone that doesn't know, someone that even wants to get to know God, and they see that, they'll watch it to the end.
Yeah, I just don't know how I remember like the way these men used to preach in the day was not a 5 minute thing.
Yeah, it's hours.
That man was there. Paul was preaching one time. A guy fell asleep while Paul was preaching and died. So he fell asleep from the top roof. He was sitting on the windows. He fell asleep because Paul was preaching all day.
Yeah,
he fell down to the bottom floor. He died. And Paul obviously came down and brought him back to life and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, that man weren't preaching 5 second preachings back then. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So how much of Jesus can you pass across to somebody?
Yeah, because we live a very fast paced life.
Exactly. Now. In a minute, because all you're giving them is a bite. Do you know what I mean? A little microwave type of thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Oh, just drop the seed.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I think
let God do the rest.
Yeah,
to be honest, yeah.
That's work nowadays. It's not like I just need to like sow a question into your heart where you may want to go research it yourself.
And they'll be thinking about that question, thinking.
Then
they'll find answers for themselves.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I think because if you're interested in something or something piques your interest, you would do the research yourself. We all have access to it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I know. I remember I was speaking, guys, I had a wild week. I didn't even tell you, look, man. I tell you, this one is off air stuff, off the air. In fact, the air cannot even hear this one. But what I'm trying to say is that I remember, a guy brought me to. Let me just give you the story. No, not the full story, child. But bear in mind, I'm speaking to 2 women in the car right now, yeah? And I'm just giving them, understanding them, listening to them, having great conversation about a very, very, very deep subject. Very, very, very deep in it. And then, obviously, I'm itching Jesus in a little bit. Hey, the only person that can heal this pain.
Yeah.
Jesus, blah, 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 blah. Just dropping it. So I get to the end, I'm saying, it's okay if we pray. Bro, this girl said no. I've never experienced that in my life, but the way I played it off easy, fam.
What'd you do?
No, because and
Why did she say no?
she had her reasons.
What was the
I'm
reason?
not going to say no.
Okay.
Yeah, but she had her reasons why she said no to a prayer.
Yeah.
And I was so.
It spun you.
It spun me, but bro, you wouldn't know if you saw me there and then. You would not know that was spun.
Yeah.
I was like,
You just played it off.
bro, I was like, that's no problem. I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Very understand. But it just kind of goes to show, like, even when you have those deep conversations, they still may not hear you.
Yeah. Still may not go your way.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's fast or slow. I would rather go for the longer conversations, because actually 3 days before that I spoke in depth with another group of people, and by the grace of God, they give their life to Jesus Christ.
Sometimes it's microwave, sometimes it's oven. Depends.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Sometimes you cook it.
I think there's a need for those conversations though.
Yeah.
There's always a need, because people always want to talk.
Boys, why do you think people don't want to? I don't know if you've experienced this. Why do you think when you're trying to talk about the God aspect, so we could talk about everything else, right?
Yeah.
When it gets to God, people get
When it gets to God, people like even
People start shifting.
bro, even our viewership right now, yeah. So people, when they start hearing God, it's like, I don't really.
I think because it pokes at something in them, because they know, like, say you want to know God now, but you still love the things of the world. When God comes up, you get a bit uneasy, you get a bit uncomfortable. You don't want to hear it, even though you know you need it.
Yeah.
you don't want to hear it, so you just switch off.
So you're saying, like, I agree. I think there's that aspect. Do you think there's people who are just hurt and they just don't want to hear God at all?
Very possible.
Yeah.
I think I was watching, I don't know what this guy's name is on YouTube, though, but it's this guy that just goes around and preaches. And this woman was just, like, she was angry, but it was like a sad anger. You get me?
Yeah.
Like why would, like...
Is it a light skin guy?
Pain.
No, I think it's dark skin.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah, like pain. Like she said, why would God allow this to happen?
Yeah.
So now when someone comes to her and talks about God, she doesn't want to hear it. Because she's experienced so much pain in her life that she's saying, why would God let this happen?
Yeah.
I don't understand why people blame God for those things though.
I do.
I do as well.
I do. I understand why they. I think because of our understanding of God now, it's like we know the answer.
Yeah.
But maybe not all the answers.
Not all the
I'm
answers.
I just understand why people blame God, because it's for anyone who does not believe in God or who doesn't understand God, it's very logical, bro. If you have all the power, why didn't you use your power to stop that?
Okay.
And like they see God as this loving God.
Yeah.
And it's the maybe fault of preachers as well. They just preach the good side of God.
Yeah.
They don't God has if you experience the wrath of God, that's a thing as well.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't know. They just see God is all loving, all peaceful. He won't let this happen. But look at what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah. Look at what he did to Job.
Sodom.
Look at what he did to Job. Like Job, the guy served God. Look at what he did to Job. Yeah. And I fully understand why people say, oh, why did God let this happen?
Yo, something that shook me, yeah. Some woman was saying to a black woman in the UK, said that why, because a black woman had lost her son from gang violence and stuff like that. So another woman had lost her son through the same way.
Yeah.
So the woman was asking this woman, like, why do you believe in God? Where was God when my son died?
Yeah.
And she goes, I asked God the same question. Where were you when my son died? And he goes, he was in the same place when his own son died. Jesus.
Ooh.
Bro.
Ooh.
Bro.
Whoa.
On the throne. Bro.
Wow.
Bro.
Nah, that spun me.
Bro.
Nah, that spun me.
It changed my whole thing, fam. Do you know what I mean?
Nah.
Like, that whole thing, you can never explain it.
So true.
Yeah.
Jeez.
God, where were you? Yeah.
And he gave up his own son willing. Like,
so he knows your pain. He saw his own son die. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And so like I feel like
that's mad. Yeah, that's mad.
But I feel like that's all these things. Like when people question God, is because maybe I don't think everyone's willing enough to dig deep and to actually like find out who God is themselves.
That's
so they
true,
ask this surface question and expect the answer. And it's like no one's going to give you an answer if you don't understand who God is.
And to even do that, you have to live like first.
Yeah,
and people aren't ready to do that. Like they just want the blessings, but they don't want to serve.
Yeah.
They want God to be ATM, just cash out when you want to.
Yeah, it's just there's this whole idea that you serve God for what you can get back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that's the idea.
I know people who come to church, bro. Real talk. People who come to church in it. Obviously, you know the story already. For fruit of the womb.
Yeah,
that's what they say. Fruit of the womb.
Second to get that kid, brother.
Not even that. Back in the day, when people needed papers, fam, they just come to church. Once they get that thing,
church was full, and that was a prayer point back in the day, fam. Anyone was waiting for papers.
They dip
in the next 3 days.
Bro, it's when everyone that's looking for paper come forward, the whole church is in front. It's true. Bro.
It's true.
And they all get their papers, it's gone.
They're gone.
Like,
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Are you going to serve God even if you don't get them blessings?
But you see, for them, it's how Christ is presented to them.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean?
The preachers have a part to play.
Fam, I'm not even going to lie, bro. It happens with me, man. Sometimes I'm closer to God when I need something. I'm going to lie.
True.
You know what I mean?
Fam, like, exam season.
Bro.
Fast and play, fam.
Bro, do you know what I mean? It's like when you need something from God. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when people, like, graduate, and you see on the Twitter, on the TL, right? And people have graduated now.
Thank God.
People got a job. Thank God.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Fam, there's one time I was chilling with one of my boys. A Muslim guy got a job and went on his knees to praise Jesus.
Just not praise Muhammad.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say, like, people don't really understand it. It's like they associate God with good things, or when something happens for them, and they say, "Yeah, fam, your biggest like Satan worshippers that do music when they read the words."
Thank God.
Firstly, I want to thank God.
Well, we don't know what God are thinking. We don't know what God. There's a lot of gods out there, fam.
Small G.
With the small G, bro.
There's a lot of gods. That's when someone said that, I said, okay, so not all of you are.
Oh,
because some of them, fam, they say thank God.
Oh yeah.
Never mention Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Like when you mention Jesus, that's when I know you're serious.
People start shifting as well.
That's when you know you're serious. But when God
start shifting,
God is
there's
universal.
Lord of gods.
Yeah.
The universe is God.
Right. So people was like, oh yeah, I believe in God too. Yeah, like the universe.
Yeah.
Like,
Higher power.
I will talk about Yahweh.
Yeshua.
Do you know what I mean?
I am that I am.
I mean, we're not talking about the same thing. We're not talking about the
You know what I
same
mean?
thing. Don't worry about it.
I just think it's wild though. Do you know what I mean? Everyone is just kind of like,
Do you know what I think? I was actually, funny enough, right? I was talking to do you know what's mad? I actually saw Raphael today. The guy that said
Why that doing that
I
production?
saw him today at the little stop, and it was just there was a thing where we were about to touch on the topic before I got on the Lewis, right? And he just goes and he said something that was really true. He just goes, there's a lot of questions that are asked that we can't give the answers to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like I had to say to him, I was like, sometimes you need to find peace in the fact that you will not know the answers. And I'm like, I struggle with that as well. Because for me, you know me. I need to know the reason why.
Curious. Very curious.
I need to know the reason why. My mind doesn't settle until I know, okay, right, so this is this because this and this. Calm, I get it. Do you get what I mean? And I'm like, that in essence that's why I think our generation and our society is so against the idea of faith, because faith is rooted in forget everything you think you know.
It's not logical.
Do you get what I mean? Forget.
right on, sir.
Yeah. It's like forget everything you think you know and believe. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. That's faith in
but is it
It's so hard to detach from that.
It's like, wait, but 1 + 1 is 2. Nah, 1 + 1 is 1. It's like,
how?
Wait, that's illogical. Yeah, that's the whole point.
God thing is not
Like people try to understand God. You're just wasting your time, fam. You can't. Like what Tom say, just find peace in knowing that you won't.
right. Because bro, the biggest thing I realized was I don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
And the worst thing that Christians
You-
do
you're
Trying
is
to answer,
Don't answer something you don't know. It's okay to say I don't know, fam.
Yeah.
Like let me get back to you. Let me read the word. Let me pray.
Like,
That's okay.
No, but you see, that's not even a Christian. That's a people thing in general. To be honest.
To be honest, people should be okay with saying.
Yeah, but I actually don't know. I don't
like
know.
you know that Job story. I was having a conversation with a white guy in work, and you know what happened to Job? Was saying, why would this big great God, this loving God, let that happen to him? And I tried to explain. But God, the devil went to God first, so God gave permission. I was at the end, I just said, "Bro, I don't know, man." I just said, "I'm not God." You're going to have to ask God when you get to, if you get to, hopefully you get to heaven. I sound bad, right now, but hopefully when you get to heaven, like
those things as well. Like I remember there was one time I decided to when I was starting to read the Bible, my strategy was I'll go read every story that I've heard in church to know exactly what happened. Do you get what I mean? So I went back and I read.
You deep it properly.
Bro, I read the book of Job and I was like, okay, Job is and the thing they're humans, but I think we forget that they're human beings.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really sat down and I humanized Job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this man has he gave birth to 10 children, right? Now, the 10 children were old enough to be in their own home having a party.
Yeah.
So they're not children anymore.
The big boys.
Bro, he gave birth to them. He raised them. They're grown up now and they're by themselves. They're standing on their own 2 feet, right? All the wealth he has amassed in this life, right? And if you, put in context, the wealth so for us it's money and properties and all that stuff. The cattle that he had, that's his own kind of wealth. All the wealth he has amassed in his whole life.
The land, everything.
One day, gone. In one day, gone. And he said, I'm still not going to curse God. Do you get what I mean? Bro, if you read the story of Job alone, you'd be like, yo, why would God do that still?
Yeah. You understand the questions.
And I still don't, bro, and I still don't know why he did it. Do you get what I mean? It's, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. You not understanding it is okay.
It's okay, yeah.
And the only thing is seek more understanding.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Pray about it. So
don't go around and now you don't understand the full story of Job, and then you go and preach. Hey,
you don't understand it.
I don't understand.
You're just going to make the person more confused. Even the thing about getting more understanding, fam. Even the story of Adam and Eve, simple story like that we've known since Sunday school. I read it again. I was like, wow. So this is what happened. So this is why this happened. So this is why God did that. Yeah. Like, you have to read the Bible for yourself. Yeah. That's why you shouldn't look at your pastor to be your God or to do this for you.
Why? Do you know what? Sorry, but I think it is. There needs to be a duty from these pastors to.
Oh no, definitely. Do
you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
To what?
To
preach the gospel the right way.
The right way, and to be very well informed.
Yeah. But you shouldn't depend solely on your pastor to teach you the Bible.
But for majority of us though, our pastor is a source of information.
Bro, let me tell you something. Some of these pastors don't know what they're saying, bro.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
No cap.
No, bro, no cap. Like you can't say you can't say to me that you shouldn't what did you just say again?
Depend on your pastor.
You shouldn't depend on your pastor. If my pastor is my source, where else do I go?
Nah, bro, you still shouldn't solely depend on your pastor. You shouldn't solely.
Have you tried studying the Bible by yourself? I know you have. It's tough. And you're a Christian.
No, Tommy. I understand you.
And you're a Christian. So there's sometimes
I understand you.
There's a few pastors that know what they're talking about.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Not all of them know what they're talking about.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Fam, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on that front as well.
Like, they have the responsibility not to spew out straight.
Yeah. There's a big responsibility on shoulders.
Deep in this. Some preachings I've heard.
Wild stuff.
It's not biblical.
Bro, wild stuff.
You took the story and then you just did a 180.
Like, you're treating the Bible as a poem.
Yeah,
you're treating the Bible as a poem.
You have
as similes on onomatopoeias, everything.
Right.
No, dead ass, bro.
I remember in English class, you would take like a William B. Yeats poem and try and interpret what he means. She will give you a context, but she would tell you,
what do you think this means?
Wow.
No, what is the Holy Spirit giving you?
Wow.
They say, I read this. You read it as a story, fam.
But I'm going to play you a video on my Instagram after we're done this.
Yeah.
You will blow your mind.
How long is it?
Was it the pastor talking about the exegesis? Yeah, I saw that.
How long is it? We can play and just take it up.
It's a good bit. It's a good
it's
bit.
long.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute video.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but even that in itself, he just goes, no.
Yeah.
You don't read the Bible and interpret what you think it's saying.
Yeah.
No.
You have to know what the author is
What
saying.
is it
What's
saying?
saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to get into the mind
Like
of the author.
you can come from it from different perspectives.
Yeah.
Like, but not what it literally means. You can't change what it literally means.
Yeah.
That's changing what God said.
yeah.
Are you got to be changing the Bible?
Bro,
Yeah.
some mad stuff.
But you see, what chapter is, what verse was it that has left out of the Bible? Was it NLT version?
No, NIV.
NIV, yeah.
There's a couple ones.
Yeah, that's smart.
That's a whole different thing there.
That's
But
smart.
Bro, that's crazy stuff.
why do you feel like it's hard for people to read the Bible though these days? Because I know, I'm talking to a lot of people, the hardest thing for them to do is
Read Bible.
like some people could talk to God and stuff like that, but to read the Bible is just like I don't have a clue what I'm saying. And I feel like a lot of the reason is because in church, that man will read it from KJV from. Do you know what I mean?
Thou.
So when you hear thou and mayest, and
It's really hard to understand
it's
sometimes.
hard to just kind of like, okay, why would I want to read like a William Shakespearean type of?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So it's good to just know the version that you like. Like my version is NLT,
Yeah, that's my
Sure.
NLT or NIV.
I do all three. So I do NLT, KJV, and then new KJV as well.
Yeah. I did that and KJV still thing.
Because I feel sometimes if you read it in KJV version as well, it's a different meaning.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can understand why some people say the Bible has been twisted because there's so many translations.
Right. So Muslims would say like the Quran is not even a dot.
Well, yeah.
That was changed over the years.
Yeah.
In it.
Yeah, you can
And
understand.
what Christianity is, it's gone through processes.
Major.
It's like it's been crunched down.
This is taken out. This is put in. This is right. And so we just kind of like, oh, we have what we have today.
Yeah.
But bro, I remember like reading something like the KJV and then reading the Message version. Have you not read the
Totally
Message
different.
version?
MSG.
Wild.
Hey, I was like, yo, I don't know if this is the same thing.
It's
I
good.
don't know.
What language was the Bible in? Was it Hebrew or?
Hebrew.
Greek?
No, it was Hebrew. It was
Hebrew?
written in Hebrew, and I think some were in Greek. Well,
I'm just learn Hebrew or Greek and go and read the original one. Man.
well, learn it. Anyways, where's your head at?
He doesn't want to answer, but
You said boys, you didn't say Tommy.
I'll start. You normally start
Don't be
off.
cheeky.
You normally
Don't
start
be
off.
cheeky.
You
Don't
normally
be
start
cheeky now.
off. I was just saying ladies first.
Whoa! You said because you have a colored durag.
I did say that. See, you're misinterpreting what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna vex. I'll start fighting people.
I was going to say something incredibly
I'll go
wild
pick
there.
up that camera, beat all of, I just start fighting people.
How would you beat? There's some violence inside you.
Oh,
Badly.
100%.
That's 100%.
100%. I'm not even trying to hide it.
At least I'm not in denial. Anyways, what are you drinking? This guy licked paper. They don't feed you at home, no?
Yo, why did you rip that paper up?
You have,
I don't like-
you have a spirit of
Destruction
aggressiveness.
and destruction. Oh,
Nah.
bro.
No, but remember when you used to go and evangelize on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, that was bad time.
No, that was banter for
That
me,
was
man.
bad time.
Oh, but the church?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel I was just
Wild,
drunk.
bro.
Fam,
I just
I
give
used to
people-
dip.
I just give
And then
people
come back.
flyers.
And
then
you
just-
see them straight on the floor.
Yeah.
You fully see them.
Fam,
throw on
even
the
me
floor.
as Christian, I just pick it, I contribute, I put it in my pocket, and keep walking.
Same.
I don't
read it.
I can't.
At all.
I don't. I'm
That's
sorry.
so wild, fam.
It's crazy.
Are we bad people?
No, we know God already now. And I'm not saying that we know God to the full.
I know what you mean.
but, what they're trying to say to us, we know that already. So why would you read it again?
I always tell them I'm okay.
They must think you're a sinner.
Okay.
You're on your way to the fast road to hell.
I don't
I'm on
take
the
it because I'm going to throw it
highway
away.
to
I'm not
heaven.
going. I always say I'm going to throw it away. I'm not going to read it. Just save it for someone that will actually read it, bro. Anyway, where's your head at?
My head is at.
For the second time?
I feel just do what's best for you. If you want to talk about God, do what's best for you. In terms of like evangelism.
We nearly made it.
We made it. We made it.
Stick that cash in.
Bro, we nearly made
Wow. why you say that word?
Bro,
Evangel. Oh,
I don't know what.
no.
Evangelism.
Evangelical.
no,
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Evangelical.
no, evangelizing.
Evangelizing.
Either way,
Either way,
fucked.
just put
Evangelizing.
cash in.
Evangelizing. See, I don't say it that often. That's why I don't know.
You're not a Christian.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a born again.
I'm born again.
Anyways, yeah, just love Jesus. Let me give you a good word. Love Jesus. Anyways, what's yours?
Man's
Anyway, what mine is,
guy's stupid.
go on.
Mine is just don't force it as well, because I've seen a lot of people on the streets try to force it, and some of them are tacky. If I can say that, can I say that?
Bro, you're free.
They're like tacky.
Liberated.
You're free.
Yeah, but some are just tacky, and not in the way they dress,
Okay.
just in the way
Ignore
they,
that.
just in the way they speak as
Thanks,
well.
lads.
Yo, he's talking.
This guy is rude, fam. No, this guy,
talking, bro.
he's first rudest, second rudest, third
You guys just wait
rudest.
for me to finish singing and then you gotta continue talking.
He's still talking. Anyways, where's your head at?
No, finish what you're saying still.
No, I'm
That was
done.
rude. That was
I'm
actually
done. I'm finished. I've lost my train of thought.
He's angry with you.
I think you should listen to Paul. Find a way to evangelize to people in a language in which they understand.
Be all things to one man.
And when I say language, I don't just mean in the language you speak.
How to communicate.
Yeah, how to communicate. If it's how you dress that will positively affect it. I think do what you need to do to win the souls.
Wow.
Like whatever it is that you need to do. Do you get me?
And don't go in your own power. Tell the Holy Spirit to help you.
Yeah.
Because if you're just going and saying, I will win a soul,
Go.
Shock you. Shock you.